And Pull Up a Chair episode 52, we are live.
Yeah.
And with it being episode 52, before we get to any intros, before we get to anything, I did just want to open up this episode by saying, with it being episode 52, I think we can say it to each other and we can say it to all the great supporters that have made it and turned it into something even bigger than it was when we first started. Wanted to say cheers. We've done damn good. Happy birthday to Pull Up a Chair. Pull Up a Chair. Turned 1 year old today. Just learned how to talk a couple months ago. It was a late bloomer. But no, happy birthday to Pull Up a Chair. All 52 episodes. We've had a blast. We've had a lot of fun. It's been fucking hilarious. We're past 10 seconds, so I can say fucking. But on that note, though, if you don't know us 52 episodes in yet, that's okay. Because to my left, I got the great co-host, off the top rope, off the steel cage, big super fried snooker coming in hot. As always, Mr. Stay Blessed dressed himself.
Yes, Lord.
Then over here, you got El Tucker Tente, the ultimate motherfucking sensei, the one who, of course, taught Bruce Lee everything he motherfucking knows.
Yes, Lord.
A.K.A. Space Mountain Stoney, A.K.A. Stony Montana, A.K.A. Edward Swisherhands, A.K.A. Diet Steve-O, A.K.A. Mr. Keep the Love High and the Hate Low, A.K.A. Bed Bergen, that gets to sleep on your motherfucking boy. You know who it is. Call me what you will. Just never broke or sad. It's El Tucker motherfucking Tente. Keep the love high and the hate low, baby.
Okay.
All right. Got a little jumbled up there towards the end, but I got a whole bunch of emotions going today. I got excitement.
Yep.
We got a battle later. I'm excited for that. However, in the entertainment world, especially the pro wrestling world, I wanted to get the somber stuff and the sad stuff that I do want to address, but I wanted to get it out first, and then we can reel it back in and head towards laughter.
Yep.
But if you can't tell, I got my Fiend shirt on today. And normally when I wear this Fiend shirt, we talk about how excited we are for a Bray Wyatt pay-per-view match, or how excited we are for a new feud that he's in, or how excited we are for a return. And this time, it's not that case. I wanted to start off by saying, first, to give love, condolences to the families of all three of these individuals. I wanted to say R.I.P. Terry Funk, hardcore legend.
Yep. R.I.P.
Wanted to say R.I.P. Bob Barker, just passed today, 99 years old. Come on down. Lastly, I wanted to end on R.I.P. Bray Wyatt, the Fiend, Wyndham Rotunda. I think when I saw that he's going to be in the Hall of Fame next year as an inductee, I thought that's totally fitting.
Yep.
We lost 3 legends, though, this week. That's a fact. They say the legend deaths come in threes.
Yeah, sure do.
And we got him this week. Man, to celebrate the legacy of all those 3, I've been watching. In fact, it was kind of weird. Last Saturday, after the pop before the battle, I put on, as I was just getting ready for Sleepless Radio, I put on Cactus Jack versus Terry Funk when they came out with that branded iron that was on fire. And then it was like, then you hear, because he passed first, then you hear that one. And then the very next day, I remember looking at the group chat at work, and I'm like, R.I.P. Bray Wyatt. It was like one of those where it's like
real quick.
It's like, wait, what? Yeah, like, what the fuck? Like, what could that be? And as of now, looks like what happened is he got COVID back in February. Which I remember it was like, oh, Bray Wyatt set to miss the next 2 SmackDown tapings. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, okay,
dealing with some shit.
Yeah, and then it came out, which was a really weird report. It was like 3 weeks after that. It kind of, everybody was kind of like, where's Bray at? Like, shouldn't he be back by now? And then it came out, oh, Bray Wyatt's out indefinitely with an illness. So there wasn't really much to go off of. It was just kind of like, all right, maybe he's fighting a little something. Who knows what that is? And what it turned out was that last time he got COVID, he hasn't been able to shake the heart problems that came with it since.
Yeah.
And looks like ultimately his heart gave up. But man, what a legend. Remember I was mentioning to you pre-pod, I remember when he was Husky Harris on the Nexus.
Yeah, when he was first.
When he came out with all them, yeah. And to see his evolution and actually get to follow it and kind of grow with his career.
From a group to a straight solo.
Yeah, he didn't get over to me until he became the Fiend and started doing the Firefly Funhouse shit. Because that's when I was like, oh, okay.
That's when I think he actually embraced.
Yeah.
Like,
he kind of leaned
his own
into,
self.
which Taker supposedly was the one who gave him the advice of like, hey, I know those are your best friends. I know you guys work great together. I know that.
Right.
But look at what the Shield did. They all split off and became massive single stars, Moxley, Rollins, and Roman. He's like, dude, if you lean into that singles push, I can kind of basically pass you the torch.
Yep.
Which is what he did earlier this year.
Yeah, I remember that. That was wild, too. That was a great moment.
Yeah, literally passed him the torch. And, man, to reflect on all those great promos and all that great feud, the tribute video they had last night for him was incredible. Think they did that really well. They've been really treating those tribute videos with a hell of a lot of respect. I saw somebody on Twitter made a great one, too. They put Candle in the Wind by Elton John in the background. And then right at the end, they had like an animated graphic of him holding that lantern with a halo on his head, like right at the gates, and it says, "Let me in." And
that was fire.
Oh, I'm not going to lie on that one. I was like, who's ever cutting those onions, get him the fuck out of the room. But, yeah, to reflect on those legacies, I mean, Terry Funk, hardcore wouldn't be what it is today. I mean, all the little things that he even did throughout his career through producing, working with guys in the back. A lot of people didn't even realize how great he was at his promos. And, I mean, he wrestled in the NWA. He wrestled in WCW, WWE, ECW. The top name and all of it. Yeah, ECW was where he showed, like,
he rejuvenized the whole industry.
Him and Mick.
Yeah.
Doing that shit with, hey, here's a 2x4.
Eat it.
Set it on fire and eat it. Yeah.
Oh, nails in the board, too? This is going to stay in your back for about 20 minutes of this match. Sorry about it.
Oh, a bed of nails? Bet.
You're going from the cell.
But, yeah, his tribute video is awesome, too.
I don't think there was multiple matches where there's probably more matches he was bleeding than he did. And
to reflect on a funny moment of Terry Funk, if people remember in that Hell in the Cell match, that King of the Ring one with Mankind and Undertaker, when Mankind went through the cage, he needed a minute, to gather himself. Terry Funk was one of the guys in the ring trying to help him. And when he looked over at Taker,
there ain't no help with that.
I can't do the Terry Funk voice too well, but the way Taker tried to do it, he goes, "Hey Mark, choke slam." He goes, "Choke slam mixed down." He goes, "Okay, pick him up, choke slam him." He goes, "I realized when I got him about halfway in the air, his shoes were so loose that one went flying to the one side of the ring and the other one went flying to the other." And he said,
"That's hilarious."
Terry Funk was so monumental to the industry that even something just like that, in a whole match like that, made the crowd chant, "Where's his shoes? Where's his shoes?" And Mick got to actually take a break for like 2 minutes because of that shit. And then what made it cool is when they ended up asking Terry Funk, like, on the choke slam, like, did you really lose your shoes like that, or did you almost kind of flail them off? He goes, "If I told you, it'd ruin the magic."
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like, so did he kick them off? We'll never know.
I mean, I think he knew they were loose.
And he leaned into it because
when you get up in the air, you can easily just kick your feet
without making it look like you did that.
Yes. Yeah. He's a great actor. He sold it.
Sold it to perfection.
Yeah.
And then, Bray Wyatt. I mean, his last match was the Pitch Black match with LA Knight.
Yeah, I remember watching that over here.
LA Knight cut a great promo last night. He was able to talk. I loved how he did it. He was able to go in on the Miz, but also center it around, showing love to Bray.
He did. That was a good.
That nice little touch that he put at the end. He goes, "Oh yeah, the last time," or he goes, "A wise man once told me, next time you see me in this ring."
That's what Bray said to him.
And that was the last thing that Bray ever really said.
Promo wise.
Yeah, on camera.
Right. Yeah, that's why.
And then today, we had the news break.
Come on down.
Bob Barker, Price is Right.
Your turn on The Price is Right.
And I'm
going $1, Bob. Going $1.
I'll go $2. Yeah.
Fuck you. I would be that guy. If I actually bet, all right, for a fridge, this TV,
I'll go $1, and then I'll go $1 and a penny.
I'm going $9.50. All right. What was the last bet? $9.51. I'm punching that motherfucker. Dead ass. I don't care. I'm getting sued. But you ain't about to be that much of a bitch.
That would be the highest streamed Price is Right episode.
Bro, I'm not lying. Like immediate, like 950 Bob, you're 951. Say it.
951 Bob.
Boom! Just like, no, you fucking didn't. You saw me calculating these prices. You knew I'm gonna be
That made
close.
me think of the Young Keezy bar, and I'm going in. And when I see you kicking back, I'm like, no, you fucking did it.
Exactly. Like, I know you. Oh, I would be so heated, bro. Like, I couldn't.
951 Bob.
I'm tacking that motherfucker.
That makes me think, though, maybe you should be the new host.
Hey, I'm down. If y'all looking.
If the Price is Right. You see what I did there?
The price is wrong, motherfucker.
Would you be like would you be like the Simon Cowell Price is Right hosting? Like that. Like, what if you were hosting and the guy's like,
oh, bro,
he's like, what do you got, Snooka? And he goes, 951, Snook. Would you just look at him and be like,
no, we're not doing that. That's why nope.
Pull an Elvis and just shoot him like it's the TV?
With the squirt gun. This is for douchebags.
But he's like, hey, that's not water. And you're like, don't worry about it.
Don't shut your mouth.
Fuck, my gun jammed.
Shut your mouth.
You know how sticky it get. But
oh my god.
Honestly, never mind.
But
that shit's god. But
what was that movie?
Which
Waterboy?
Oh, with Sandler.
Yeah, when he's like, the price is right. The price is wrong. Or no, I actually think it's Happy Gilmore. When they're at the golfing event and like they're getting to the fight with Bob Barker, he's at the celebrity.
Oh yeah.
The price is wrong, motherfucker.
I actually forgot about that scene. That's funny as shit. But R.I.P. Bob Barker. I remember going over my great grandma's house.
Bro, every time grandma's house.
That was a grandma's house specialty.
Turn on TV, price is right. Let's go.
It'd almost be like the cable company would call and be like, turn it back to channel 12.
Yeah.
Like,
only channel 12.
Before we cut this fucking feed. Think you're watching Tyra Banks. Get the fuck out of here. Go back to Price is Right, bitch. That showed my age right there. I was a kid and Tyra Banks was on.
If it ain't Dragon Tales, it's fucking Price is Right, bitch.
I'd be lucky if I got in that Dragon Ball Z.
I don't fuck that shit.
Great grandma, she looked at that as violence.
Right.
I'm like, what do you mean? He's going Super Saiyan. He's tapping into his higher
blew
self.
Up a planet.
And why is that guy's name Vagina? No, I'm kidding. Vegeta.
I don't know, Grandma.
I don't know why they named him Vagina. But
what's that mean?
Or as Trump would say, Gina. But speaking of Trump, Trump's mugshot just came out yesterday.
It did.
He's in the Fulton County Jail. Ain't that something? He was just president 3 years ago. Now he's got a mugshot out, which, by the way, that might be the coolest mugshot I've ever seen. No. Are you kidding me? He looks like he's about to run Biden out of office and run his pocket.
He looks like he's coming for vengeance. Like, y'all.
He looks like he put the hit out right before the picture was taken.
He literally said, okay, this is what we're fucking doing. Okay. Right.
And then Rudy Giuliani looked like he just shit his pants in his.
And it's like, they're trying to
see. He looks like he literally just took the nastiest shit and he's like, picture, okay. Like, and then Trump, he just looks like he smelled it. Like he took the picture right after Rudy, and he just put the hit out, and he's like, fuck, it smells like shit in here. Yeah. But I got to keep this stern face so they know that I won't fold. Like,
that man is in a private cell with a king-size bed, TV, recliner. If he's even in a cell.
You know he was one of those people that...
He probably got bonded out already.
You already know he was like the, I'm going to get my dad on your ass type. But
no, he is the
in
dad.
his case, he'd be like, I'm going to get Ghislaine Maxwell on my side.
I got 4 lawyers already. Like,
I saw he hired Gunna's defense attorney. Mm-hmm. I saw somebody already blended Gunna's face in Trump's mugshot, which was fucking hilarious.
That's
the internet waits for no man.
Hell no, it doesn't. It's undefeated.
Can't dethrone it.
That motherfucker does not lose.
But if he's not already out, I mean, I think it's a matter of seconds.
Bro,
I'm surprised. Like I said, I don't know if he's still in there.
Yeah, I don't.
Now, here's my only question, and then I'll leave off on it. because I'm sure there's going to be way more shit that'll develop as it goes on and as it unfolds. But now my question is, just to clarify for me and viewers, can he still run for office 2024? Like, say, even if none of this sticks.
Yeah.
But he still has his mugshot out, all that. He can still run?
Why not?
Okay. I just didn't know if that's how that worked. I mean,
don't think you can if you're
I know
a
it's a
felon.
simulation.
So if he doesn't get charged with a
That's what I was saying. Yeah, like if nothing sticks.
Yeah.
And it's just like a mugshot.
Oh, he coming back. Oh, he coming back heavy.
Oh, that he might drop it like a banner.
Yeah.
Like, you remember how Drake dropped the meat disses at OVO Fest? He might drop it like that. Trump might come out to the, hold up, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished.
He's going to get off a private jet and the carpet that rolls out says Trump 2024. Like, that'll be the message where he's like, campaign starts.
He wears the 3 hat, but it stands for 3 terms. He brings out the chance hat.
Yeah, we're going for 3 bitches. Even though we can't do that.
Like, sir, that's not allowed, but
we're doing it.
Nothing that you really do is, so fuck it, we ball. Let it ride.
We out here.
But no, I thought that shit was fucking funny. As I always say, it's a simulation.
Yeah, that's a fact.
The other thing I wanted to mention before we dive into some topics, mentioning that we live in a simulation, Billy McFarland just got out of jail. But he didn't wait.
For fraud.
For fraud.
Embezzlement and whatnot. He did like 4 years.
Yes. So for those that don't know,
he set up a music festival and had a lot of guarantees and promises and sold.
Key factor in this is he did it with Ja Rule.
Sold a bunch of tickets to it. And then people showed up to the desert. No shade, no food, no drinks.
Tents were rained out.
And no performers. Everyone like backed out.
Yeah.
So.
Because I mean, they got there and they're
it was
like,
a
"What the
complete
fuck is
shit
this?"
show, and he stole millions upon millions.
Yep.
And did 4 years, and now he's out.
And now he's out. But
he's back.
Hold up, wait a minute.
He's got an idea.
Y'all thought Billy was finished.
What was the name?
Firefest 2.
Didn't even rebrand it.
Didn't even rebrand it. Didn't change the name. Didn't even spell fire differently.
Just put a 2 on that bitch.
And I don't know if you saw it. Did you see that there's I believe it's on Netflix, I want to say. There's a whole documentary about that first Firefest, if you haven't
It's like, how are you going to, like, there's people dumb enough to buy that ticket, though.
Oh, for sure. Well, this time, the only difference that I have seen is, supposedly, I forget what the company's name is, but there's a company that is actually financially backing this now. So at least the money's there. It can happen.
The money might be there.
But also, from what I saw about what money that they can even bring to the table, oh, yeah, that's where it is. I thought it was on Netflix. It's on Hulu. So the Firefest doc is on Hulu. Thank you for clarifying that as well.
That's just, like, obviously, like, yes, there's money, but, like, he could be lying. I mean, like, oh, yeah, this company's backing it.
Yeah, to be honest, that could be a lie. Yeah.
Like,
oh, there is also one on Netflix. There's 2 Firefest docs.
About how tragic this shit happened.
And
how much he stole and embezzled from people.
Yeah. And when I was watching the doc,
and he's just like, hey, I'm out of prison 4 years. Guess what? I got a great idea. Firefest 2, bitch.
Oh, he walked right out the front door,
my God.
got in his buddy's car, and he was like, hey,
but
you got Snapchat? You got Instagram? Let me post something.
But he had 4 years. You couldn't think of a better name.
I think it's hilarious that's all he thought about when he was in there.
No, that's a great thing to think about. How to get some money back, do it legal. If you're doing it legal, cool. But you're rebranding, bro.
He waited 3
You gotta
days.
rebrand. Like, that shit turned out tragic.
I don't even know if he made it home before he announced it.
So the only thing... he definitely did it. He stopped at McDonald's and tweeted it.
He's like, hey, is there Wi-Fi here? His friend's like, God damn it.
The only thing I could think of, like, is, like, he's so, like... That fest was, like, such his, like, creation.
His baby.
That he has to...
See it through.
He has to, like... Come, like... do it right this time.
Yes. Like actually fulfill on it.
Yes, he has. That's why he didn't change the name, because it is his baby. So he has to like make sure, like, no, I gotta bring it back.
Now
do it right, and so people don't remember it for those documentaries.
From what I saw,
that man probably got paid for those documentaries too.
Oh yeah. From what I saw in the documentary that I watched, I actually was like trying to believe it. Like I was trying to come from the perspective of like, okay, what if I actually wanted to buy a ticket to this thing when it happened? And he had me. I actually believed about everything he said. It sounded truthful. And then he brought one person on board. And as soon as I saw him bring that person on board, I'm like, that's where you would have lost me. Fucking Ja Rule.
Yeah, he's not a good
When I saw that he partnered with Ja Rule, I'm like, oh dear. I'm like, this thing's going south.
That's a scam.
Yeah, that's bad. Whatever's going on right now, it's officially decline. That's why I know that if I see him be like, hey, I'm bringing Ja Rule back into the fold, I'm going to be like, man, you just don't learn. Aw, shit. Here we go again.
He might not have, but I don't see how you don't.
Only for maybe usage of name.
But that's what I mean. Like, you're getting
and
something.
I think some of the footage was actually footage that he was using for his
That's what I'm saying. Like,
doc on if it went well.
I didn't watch it, to be fair, the docs. But
What
I'm saying is, like, he at least had to get paid for his name and likeness. Minimum. And then, like,
or
you said,
I was thinking, like, the footage that he
and
his team shot.
I'm just saying, on top, just knowing there's documentaries.
Like, when they were, like, expecting the island and shit like that.
So, I'm not saying he made millions off the fucking documentaries, but
maybe a little chunk.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
However, though, that shit is fucking funny as hell, and he's trying to bring this shit back. All I ask Billy, don't get Ja Rule, please.
I'm just gonna laugh when it's like, what if that company is just made up?
And it's just fictitious.
Oh, and he's just racking up 50 M's real quick.
That's even funnier. Then he really is CJ from San Andreas. He walked right out of that front door in prison.
I'm doing it again.
Oh shit! Here we go again. Give me your phone.
This time I'm racking up 50 M's, so I'm cool.
Give me your phone. Give me Reddit.
I'm going straight to Panama, so they can't come get me.
Fool me once, can't be fooled again. That's how I feel about Ja Rule.
Yeah. Oh god.
Fool me one time. I wish I could do I wish I had like a sound bite and I could play the George Bush. Shame on you. Fool me twice, can't get fooled. And then you just cue the no role models, J. Cole. I saw it. It went right off the rim.
The way around the trash can.
Billy, all that we ask is actually deliver on Firefest and don't make people sleep in some raggedy ass Nelson Ledges tent. And fucking actually.
Hey, shout out to Ledges.
Because a lot of people forget the thing that he promised originally was villas for every guest. A fucking villa. So that's why when people showed up and it was a tent and Billy had to take the megaphone, he's like, oh, I think you guys are overreacting. I'm like, it's not like you told these guys they were going to have to share an Airbnb. Yeah. You told them that they paid for a villa.
Like thousands.
They didn't even bring fucking ground.
Yeah, they're leaving, actually.
Yeah, like, it's not like it was like a minor inconvenience. Like, they showed up, they didn't even have banana boat. They thought they'd be indoors at the villa all day.
Hell no, you out in the desert. Fuck out here.
Not to mention that, but the people that did actually pay for some of the plane tickets to get over there were so fucking broke that they had to try to get money sent to them to get the fuck sent back. Like, good luck. And imagine being the people that's like, hey, I threw everything on the line to get to this show. Well, you should have. And then you get there and there's where you can sleep. But
you know that villa you were gonna have? Yeah, it's actually this cot under the tree.
That I swear didn't get pissed on. It's just been raining all week. You're like, oh, right. Okay, well, there's a mildew pillow. Yeah, I know, but don't worry, we got Ja Rule.
You can use the rock.
Like, what? Yeah. We got Ja Rule and who? 5 seconds of summer and they're not even showing up right now? Ja Rule didn't even show up. That's when everything's fucked. But Billy, don't fuck up. Actually deliver a good Firefest. And on to that note, what would you like to talk about first, Snooka? TV, movies, like to talk a little music, a little pro wrestling, a little sports.
Let's go sports and movies.
Sports and movies? All right, got a couple things for sports. Okay. This would be a combat sport. This would fall under the category of a celebrity boxing match. Now, this guy's name, if you guys actually know what this guy does, please help us out on this, because neither of us can seem to figure this out.
I don't want to misspeak.
So Charleston White is having a celebrity boxing match. They did the weigh-in yesterday. And at the weigh-in, during the face-off, funny as fucking shit, when they go to each other's face for the first time ever, Mans pulls out some fucking pepper
That
spray.
man came armed with pepper spray.
And he got him good.
Right to eye.
Yeah, I mean, right there, right to the face. Like, security's
This
10 feet away.
isn't funny because like that's
Oh, it's hilarious.
it's so fucked up.
Like, can you imagine somebody actually doing that at like
Bro.
a UFC weigh-in?
you know how hard I'm punching you in your mouth as soon as we get in the ring.
That dude that he faced up, it was like he reacted for like a split, like I would say
you know
0.30
how
seconds.
hard I'm punching you.
When his arm goes up,
I'm breaking your ribs.
if you watch dude's eyes, it literally goes like this. He goes, like, is that fucking pepper spray? Like, oh shit.
It's not funny, but it's funny.
Oh, I thought it was hilarious. Then again, though, please tell us who Charleston White is. Maybe he's a comedian of some kind. I don't know. But he's a name that I see occasionally. I don't really pay attention to. However, though, I don't care who you are. If I see you getting into a face-off and your first thing that you do is to pull out a can of pepper spray and spray that bitch point blank, that's funny as fuck. Like, I've never seen sawed-off pepper spray. But that's kind of what it felt like to me. Like, it felt like he whipped the sawed-off shotgun up in the air and just went...
I just can't wait to see how hard he gets his...
Oh, are you fucking kidding me?
And that dude's breaking his ribs.
Oh, my God.
Like, he's getting hit with a body shot.
I actually might
so
say
hard.
this could be a good strategy. Because what if Homeboy then, as soon as he goes, and ding, 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 what if then he brings out some shit? Like, what if this turns into, like, a New Jack wrestling moment? Where New Jack got tossed over the scaffold, tossed over the barricade. And then when New Jack came back, he's like, I didn't tell anybody. He goes, but I knew I'm giving him a receipt. And that's when New Jack pulled out a stun gun and threw the homeboy over the fucking scaffold. So now my thing that I'm thinking is, how funny would it be if he pulls the New Jack route? He's like, oh, okay, you want a pepper spray? Fuck this fight. I got a stun gun in the trunks. Ah! Tases him down and
he
just
goes
shit
to a
out.
boxing match and literally just breaks his ribs.
Oh, like just tease the fuck off.
Legally, just breaks this man's ribs and like beats the shit out of him.
I'll be honest. I don't know if dude that got pepper sprayed's vision's okay right now.
That's
just
what I mean.
A day later, like I said, I've never seen point blank pepper spray. Like
that boy got him good too.
Yeah, good God! But he's managed to get between the eyes, the nose, and both eyes on the dot
And his mouth
without getting any in the hair or below the chin. Like, he just, boom! He got that fucking California Reaper point blank. He got the ghost pepper.
Yeah, that sucks.
Oh, Charleston White. Okay, so here's what I'm getting. He's almost like an entertainment blue face of some kind, because he's saying he also pulled a gun out on the no jumper guy in an interview. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I do remember that. But why is this dude relevant?
Yes, I'm still confused on that. What does he?
I feel like he was like.
What did he become relevant?
I want to say
for?
I don't want to misspeak, so
I'm assuming. I think he's a potter. I think he pods.
I think he was in a gang member back in the day, but I think I might be wrong. And then he came forward or whatnot and helped with some cases type shit, and now has regained popularity.
Gotcha.
And now making
because I saw he had a DJ Vlad interview too, which I feel like if you're seeking relevancy, DJ Vlad's like a one-stop shop for that.
I don't get why he's continued his popularity on.
I mean, I say the same thing about Blueface. When was the last time you heard anything about Blueface in music? When was the last time you heard a new Blueface verse? It's always something with Blueface and Christian, always doing some bullshit. It's never actually him in the news for actual music. It's always some bullshit. He knocks out her father in the parking lot, or he kissed a bitch in the club while Christian was there. They're still tied to each other, though. Anytime I see her name, I see his. Anytime I see his name, I see hers.
I mean,
so they're still tied to each other.
They blew up.
Like, I know what you mean. They broke up, but like they still are.
They're always gonna be.
They're catapulting off of each other.
Not as much as it was, though.
Not as much as it was.
Like now, it's like I saw.
Still though, Blueface knocked out her father in like a parking lot.
That was like 2 years ago. Like that's so old.
That was.
Yeah. Like I feel like that's so older. So much older.
Shit, did he do it twice? I don't know.
I feel like that's older than we think. But like I just saw Christian's name in the newspaper with only hers for going to like the Vicky bitch.
Oh, whoa, Vicky. Yeah.
And like saying you got problems with my little sister. Like so, I don't see them tied together, actually. I only saw her name with that. And she's still in the headlines. He's laying low.
I think I know what you mean. To clarify what I mean, though, my point is like, it would be like Krishan does that, but it would be like blue faces.
But that's what I'm saying.
And like, but also describe her as that.
But that's what I'm saying is that's not true because the kid's not his.
Oh, yeah.
It was the baby mama, but then is it actually his? That's why they split up because he don't know if it's actually his.
I'm just surprised that baby's made it this long in the pregnancy. I've seen her. I think she got in a fight, like you said. Whoa, Vicky. I've been seeing her slug Henny. It's like, oh shit.
Be like that, bro. Good luck. Best of luck to that child.
But yeah, Charleston White though spraying that pepper spray point blank was fucking hilarious. The next thing though that I did want to mention in the sports world, T.J. Hawkinson, tight end for the Minnesota Vikings, is holding out a little bit on his contract currently because he is seeking a historic tight end contract extension.
This man is like the second year in. 3 years or something?
So you're saying he shouldn't get?
I'm not saying he shouldn't get paid. Hey, every player should get played or paid.
Let me phrase it like this.
You're not Travis Kelce.
I want to say you're the Minnesota GM right now. T.J. Hawkinson walks into your office. He tells you that.
I need to see his actual numbers first. My phone doesn't work down here.
You'd have to actually see
like what's your production, bro? I was like,
well, I had him last year in fantasy, and I know he's been doing really good. He was a beast when he played for the Lions, but not that
but it's like
good.
His third year. If I'm not correct, if I'm not wrong, I think he's not that, like, it might be his second year because I thought he got drafted by the Lions.
I think it was third.
I think he got drafted by the Lions and then traded to Minnesota like immediate, almost maybe first year or second year. Like, so like
I want to say Hawkinson got traded.
I'm not saying he's not. I'm not saying you're not a dog, my guy. But at the same time,
yeah, he got traded last year.
You're not Travis Kelce. You're not Mark Andrews. You're not George fucking Kittle. Like, these men are in the league 5+ years solid. 6 years solid. 7 years at the top of their game. That's when you get your fucking max extension.
Now,
you got to earn that shit first. You can't just be like, you can get paid, but you got to earn a historic contract? Who the fuck do you think you are?
And
with all due respect.
Yeah, and the only thing that
with all due respect,
if I'm Minnesota GM, the one thing that would throw me off is, and I would tell him, like, okay, I agree that you deserve to get paid. I do think you're a young, great asset. However,
historic fucking...
Yeah. And the problem with that is...
Did the Chiefs give Travis Kelce a historic deal?
That's what I was going to say. That's the name I was going to say.
Do the Niners give George Kittle a historic deal? Bitch, you want more money than Super Bowl champions.
Yeah.
And this is your third year in the league? Bro.
That would be my thing as the GM, too. You're telling me you want to get paid more than Travis Kelce.
I'll go draft somebody to replace your ass. They hungry, too. You hungry for money. He hungry for opportunity.
Hear me out. Tell me if you think this sounds better. I would say, I'll play your game, but meet me halfway, TJ. I would say, let me sign you to a really good 2-year deal. Really good. You'll be a top 7, 8 highest tight end paid player in the league. But
I hear you.
If you can earn it over the next 2 years, and then we'll see what they re-sign Kelce for, but we can go from there.
That's a game of a bunch of ifs.
Yeah, because you know he's going to go out and
as a GM, I say, you're under contract, play your fucking deal. And we'll talk about your deal.
I like Hawkinson. I do.
Me too, but this is how a GM could be, like, realistically, this is probably how it goes. Like, hey, you're a dog. But, like, right now, we don't have to pay you. You're under contract. Okay, go sit out this whole year.
Yeah, because it's an extension that he's seeking for. It's not like it's
like, so, okay, TJ,
I'm a free agent.
You get mad, we're not re-signing you to a historic franchise, like, historic contract. So I'm going to sit out this year.
I hate that. Ugh, I hate that so much.
Say he does it, though. No team's going to give you a fucking historic deal after you sit out. So, it's like you got to play to earn it. Like,
you got to play to get paid?
Then, like, I'm not saying he's not a dog and doesn't deserve to get paid well.
But the part where he wants to get paid
historic.
Like, if he would have worded it as, hey, I just want to be paid as a top 5 tight end in the league, you'd be like, oh, okay, I can work with that. It's, hey, I want a historic contract. I want to open up the gate for big, major tight end contracts. And Travis Kelce's over here like, man, sit the fuck down.
Like, if you get a historic deal, that takes away from the salary from all your other players, right? So, like, that's another thing. George Kittle and Travis have restructured their contracts throughout the years so they can open up salary cap.
Oh, Debo needs this? Let me take a backseat.
And but I know, me being solidified as a Niner, George Kittle, they're going to get me back in 3 years with a signing bonus or some bullshit, like incentives at the end of the year, like, oh, blah, blah, and they're going to toss me my money back. TJ Hockenson, 3 year, bro. Play your contract, and we'll see about it in free agency.
And another, I like
if you don't get
hurt. Like the contract point. If you're Minnesota, you're telling me what salary cap we do have. We're going to invest in it. Just you, TJ. We are struggling.
Didn't you just get drafted, dog? And you want a historic fucking deal?
Didn't we just have a great season and then it all fell apart in the fucking postseason? Yo, we need some pieces. Like, we need more than just tight end help. Kirt Cousins is getting fucking
Randy
snapped
fucking Moss? Can you just go out here and win us games? Are you Travis Kelce? No,
that's Justin Jefferson. That's their team.
You're not George Kittle or you're not the guy.
Oh, keep that in mind. If he actually would get this tight end deal that he's talking about, he would actually be making almost double than Justin Jefferson. Think about that. That's also hilarious if you look at it that way. Justin Jefferson would be looking at him on the line like, what is this dude on? I don't know. I think he just got a little bit of a power trip because of his numbers and stability that he's had since I've noticed he's been in the league. I think I've only seen him go down once, and it was for like a couple games. So I think what he's trying to pitch off of is, hey, look, I can play, I'm durable, I can catch, I'm good.
Historic deal, though.
But historic deals where
that's outrageous, bro. When you are putting up historic numbers is basically what I'm going to get at. Like, I don't know his numbers, so I don't want to, like...
It's not historic.
That's what I'm saying.
It's good, it's consistent, but it's not like...
You're not...
You got to turn on the TV and watch this guy play. Like, it's not that level.
Bro, if you dropped 2 passes last year, if you have more than 2 drops in your career, fuck off. You want a historic deal and you're dropping the ball? Fuck off.
Who knows, though? Maybe tomorrow I draft him in fantasy.
And who knows? In 2 days, he might have a fucking historic deal.
Which, that'd be crazy if they actually give it to him. I don't think they will, though. I really, truthfully don't think they'll give it to him.
But, hey, there's no fault in trying.
Yeah, I mean, fuck it. Doesn't hurt to ask, right?
Hey, when you're in a negotiation, I've learned this. I do negotiations now.
Well,
if I'm the person and, like, I'm the one getting paid, I'm starting off at the highest price. I want the most money.
Yeah.
But if I'm hiring somebody, I'm starting all the way the fuck down here, and I'm going to try to meet you in the middle because we're both doing this game. We know the game.
Yeah, you know what that is.
So I know your first price is a bullshit price. And then DJ, this is a bullshit price. You know it.
Yeah.
So, okay, here's our price that's fair but under your value because, ours is our first bullshit price. So let's actually meet in the middle, some common ground. Because you're not going to... Historic fucking deal. That's a statement, my man.
That was his words, too.
And like I said, shoot for the stars.
Let me also word it like this because I don't want it to make it sound like we're just trying to
contract short, though.
I don't want to just make it also sound like, before you leave off on it, I don't want to make it sound like we're making him sound selfish.
No, he is. That's all exactly what you're supposed to do, though.
No.
Do that. Because those owners of the NFL are greedier than you.
Do you think it's bullshit, though, the fact that he said that he does want to open up the gate
that's fair.
More tight ends to get better money?
He does.
So it's not just, I guess, for him. No,
he legitimately wants a historic deal.
Yes.
I fully believe
And then he wants other guys to get good deals, basically.
But he knows.
Better deals than they normally would.
He knows it's also promos. Like, you won't... a closed mouth doesn't get fed. So if I don't come out and say, hey, I'm looking for a fucking fat-ass deal, historic, their first offer is going to be half-ass. It's not even going to be a real offer. They're going to go 3 years, $5 million a year. What the fuck? I'm looking for $50 million a year.
And then it's like,
oh, shit. What about 15? 40. 20.
Yeah.
30. 22. 25. All right, fine, deal. That's how it's going to happen.
Yeah. And then he would still be top 10.
Yeah, but like he knows, like you can't. If he comes out and says, "Oh, I'm just looking to be a top 5 guy," those ranges are very top fives. Tight ends are probably drastic contract.
Yeah, like the people that I don't think he deserves more money than is like Kittle, Mark Andrews, Kelsey.
But you see what I'm saying is like if he comes out and says rather than saying historic deal, he says top 5 guy. You already put a ceiling on your possible contract. So
right now, I wonder who is the highest paid.
But why put a ceiling instead of saying no? I want to knowing you're not a historically contract guy. You say that you're getting more money because now the team is like, all right.
I'm actually really curious right now. I'm looking this up. I want to see what he gets paid now.
No, I mean,
like, what's he complaining about? I didn't actually check this out yet.
Been like how many years?
Back.
We'll report back on that.
Report back with the wham bam. No, but historic highest grossing nationally this year. It surpassed, which I think with that. My first thought that when I saw that headline, that Barbie, which by the way, congratulations to Barbie. I still haven't seen it yet, but it's been smoking at the box office. Yep. Already a top 5. It's on a historic run, top 5 highest grossing movies of all time. I do believe though that Barbie might actually be the movie. I know this might be a wild take, so hot take Tucker here.
Okay.
I think Barbie might actually help end this writer's strike. Now I know it sounds wild to say, so let me explain. I think with the way, and I'll give credit to Mario too. So, because the box office is fucking cooking right now. I think though, how you can push for the end of the writer's strike is if everybody can get on board and go, hold on, wait a minute. We are losing way too much money on the table here. If we're not trying to jumpstart these productions, we're going to do a Nintendo game came to life.
Yeah.
And originally it's like, okay, Mario movie, I wonder how good this is going to do. Mario movie ends up being phenomenal. One of the best movies to come out this year. I think you said that too.
I love it.
Cleaned up at the box office, crushed it, killed it. One of the highest grossing movies of all time. Then Barbie comes out, does the same thing. I think that could really play a pivotal role because people are like, yo. Like, I don't have an idea that comes straight to my mind, but I'm sure there's got to be somebody out there, many people, going, imagine if we made a movie about this now. Like, imagine if we made a movie about that. Like, I saw they just put out, it actually just came out yesterday at the theaters, Gran Turismo.
Yeah.
And I thought that looked really good.
So, real quick, Hawkinson.
Oh, you found it.
So,
we found it.
Drafted in 2019. So, he's going into his 6th year.
Okay.
So,
time flies.
He did get traded last year to the Vikings. So, games played. First year drafted, 12. Second year, 16, which is one of those 16 games.
Yeah.
So full season. Next year, 12. Next year, 7. Last year, 10. So this man ain't even out there the whole season, first off. Last 2 years. 3 years. So 4 out of the 5 years he's played, he's missed. He hasn't played every game. Only 1 year he played a full season.
Oh, I had that wrong. What does it say what he gets paid?
I'll look that up, but and then yards wise, per career receiving, 2,587. I think Kelsey put up like 1,500 receiving yards last year.
Wow.
So you're telling me a man that got 519 receiving yards last year, 395 the year before, only played 7 games. Year before that, 583. Wants a historic fucking deal. No, he knows that's bullshit, but like I said, you don't sell your ceiling short.
Yeah.
Because in negotiation, why start here rather than here?
Well, damn, I didn't know, though, that he didn't play that many games.
And injuries,
he definitely don't deserve that shit then.
And it could be injuries or not, but, like, at the same time, like...
But, that is crazy. But, yeah, so Barbie, been cleaning up. I actually just want to say congratulations again to it. It's been fucking killing it. It's actually on a historic run and actually deserves the historical numbers that it's putting up. The other thing I wanted to mention, though,
he's making $19.8 million a year. He's making $19 million a year, and he's bitching.
I didn't even know that.
I'm not saying he's bitching, but $19 million a year—that's a good fucking price for tight ends. When you're not doing shit and missing half the seasons,
not too bad.
You played 10 games out of 17 last year. You got paid $19 million. You bitching, bro?
God damn, 19. That's not too bad.
19.8.
But however, though, so T.J. Hawkinson,
fuck you.
To end off on that.
Fuck you.
What he said. So I actually probably won't be drafting him in fantasy though tomorrow.
Don't.
Now that you told me the games thing,
But
I'm
now
gonna
he's on
stay
a
away.
prove it. But he's on a prove it now.
Oh, I'm gonna stay away from him though.
Yeah.
I don't. You know me with the injury bug. I see you're missing games. I'll stay the fuck away.
2 years ago, he played 7 games.
Ugh. I had to hit him with the Pusha T.
In 2 years, he played 1 year.
This kind of also revolves around sports, but it's also a documentary coming out September 2nd to Peacock, and I'm really excited for this one.
What's in it?
Kurt Angle coming out, and it's just called Angle. And it's like a documentary that, because like whenever
does he go through like his Olympic run.
Yep.
Oh.
So that's kind of like how he's been promoting it. Was like this documentary is him growing up, him getting into wrestling, him going to the Olympics, doing all that, and then transitioning and actually learning pro wrestling, and then becoming the pro wrestling star, and then life after wrestling. That's kind of like the trajectory of the Peacock. So that of the Peacock doc. So then he gets to like, it gets to show his whole career, because whenever WWE, which they've done like 3 on him, which essentially they're all the same thing. They just show his WWE run and they show different.
But that's why first thing I asked.
Yeah.
Are they going actually?
Are they actually doing it? Yeah.
And like, yes. Okay. Perfect.
So I think this will be the best Kurt Angle doc we've ever seen.
Yes.
Like actually seeing footage of him doing that shit with a broken neck, like that'll be cool. Because I mean, you can find the footage on YouTube, but it's like a fucking home video camera from like '94. So it's like hard to, it's fuzzing in and out and shit.
But still, that's just fire.
So to actually have some clear footage, I think will be really cool.
Yeah, that's gonna be lit.
Last thing I wanted to mention though on TV movies. Now I know this isn't a show that me and you pay attention to or watch.
Okay.
However, Riverdale, really popular show,
Yeah.
just closed its doors. Came to an end this week. Riverdale.
Damn, that's been a while, huh?
Yeah, Riverdale had a good run. I know like couple different people that actually watched Riverdale. Like my wife never got into it, thankfully, because when we did try to watch it, it's like
it's not your cup of tea, huh?
Not my cup of tea. I don't want to bash it because I know a lot of people do like Riverdale, but if I
came to an end for a reason. Don't cut.
It had a good run.
I'm talking shit. It was like a 10-year run. I feel
it had a good run. I mean, it was definitely. I saw it was trending on Netflix. It's still a top streamed show.
Yeah.
However, when I watched it, I just kind of got like, and we made it like a couple episodes into the first season. I looked at it like if Twilight only focused on the romance shit. Like, you've seen the first Twilight, right?
Yeah.
It kind of has that aesthetic to it. It kind of has that vibe to it. And they're like, I'm pretty sure they're like all a group of friends. Some crazy drama and shit ends up going on with it. I don't think it's anything supernatural.
I've never seen anything. So
Yeah, I just saw it was a really popular show, and I'm like, oh, wow. It came to an end.
Hey, good ride.
Had a good ride. I'm almost done with Orange is the New Black finally. We're on the second to last season.
I saw my friend, him and his girl would watch it. So like when I would pop over his house,
I got into that show.
Probably seen like 22 total episodes.
I'll tell you right now.
Various seasons and various points.
Season 5 last season had me on the edge of my fucking seat. So edge of my seat. Like, straight fan shit. So season 5 starts with them doing a prison riot. And, like, they take over the whole prison. Well, at the end of the last episode of that season, they come fucking barging in. Shit turns crazy. I'm down here like, what's going to happen to Cindy?
What's going on?
I'm freaking out.
That's wild.
But no, great show. Other show I did want to mention, we are on the season finale coming out Tuesday of Justified. So I'm looking really pumped for that. Oh, God. This shit's getting crazy.
You told me multiple times.
Love that show. He said, Riverdale always seemed like a teen soap opera to me. See what I mean? Like
that's why we never got into it.
Yeah, it's just kind of like that lovey-dovey high school love, like, that kind of shit. Like, oh, we just graduated, what's going to go down at the campsite? That kind of plot. But, new Justified season's been fucking killing it. I love Justified. Glad that Raylan put the hat back on. So, let's pivot into pro wrestling. What's going on right now currently over in London? We've been talking about it for about the past couple of months as they've been gearing up for the show. And it looks like they are delivering. The stadium is full. So they did actually get the people there one way or another. It's currently going on. AEW All In Wembley Stadium.
Yeah.
So before I get into what I was about to say, because it goes right back to making it sound like we're bashing it, because we kind of are. But I do hope that All In goes good. And for anybody that bought the pay-per-view, please let me know on Reddit. Let me know on the comment section here. Let me know what you guys think. I know last week I tried to predict some of the matches. I think Ospreay and Jericho will be great. I think MJF and Cole will be great. They just did a Truth or Dab Hot Ones that was funny as shit. So I hope they can deliver on it. However, Chris Jericho, this past week on Dynamite, I always say this with AEW. Some of these guys, they hurt themselves by just saying one little line that just makes it go too much. Jericho cut a great promo promoting All In. I mean, he nailed it. And then the last thing that he said went, "Oh, you ruined it all." He goes, "And All In will be the biggest pro wrestling show of all time, even bigger than WrestleMania." And I'm like, oh, damn. I'm like,
he had to.
Yeah, like WrestleMania, that's a household name.
That's a 2-day event now.
And it's a household name.
Yeah.
Like, there's people that don't even know don't even know jack shit about wrestling. And I'll come around them in March time. Hey, I thought I saw something. Is it WrestleMania coming up? Yeah. Like, it's just that known. And I feel like when you try to say this is the biggest pro wrestling show of all time, even bigger than WrestleMania, you don't have to say that. Just say this will be one of the biggest pro wrestling shows of all time. The biggest from an outside brand.
Yeah.
Which you're not lying. That's
our
true.
Biggest in history.
Our biggest in history.
So
you could actually say this. This will be AEW's WrestleMania. Okay.
But don't try to compare or try to.
It almost sounded like he was trying to.
It's like a TJ Hawkins.
Stick a jab. I love it when I get you stuck. TJ Hawkinson and Ice Spice. You hate those two.
Like, I want a historic fucking deal.
Do you want to see a celebrity boxing match? Ice Spice versus TJ Hawkinson.
No.
You don't want to see that?
No.
Who wins? With how hurt TJ Hawkinson be getting, maybe Ice Spice. Those knees be sturdy as a motherfucker. She can drop that ass, pick it up, and throw it back in a circle.
She gonna hit the Rikishi.
Knock that out. You know what? The world's such a simulation, it could happen.
Yeah, it might. But, like, that's like some
At that face-off, though, Ice Spice just starts dancing to Deli. Instead of pepper spray.
No.
Ice Spice would have pepper spray on her, too, so that'd be funny.
Draw some away from the crowd. Here!
Would you like to see TJ Hawkinson get pepper spray? How did we fall that far off course? But we fell so far off the course that Ice Spice pepper sprayed TJ Hawkinson after dancing to Deli at the face-off. But, yeah, so what were we talking about?
I don't remember.
AEW All In. Card looks good.
WrestleMania comparison. Because that's a historic-ass thing. And you're trying to compare your brand new wrestling pay-per-view to
TJ Connaughton?
To a historic WrestleMania.
TJ Tony Connaughton?
Yeah, that's a fucking stupid move, Jericho.
Yeah, that was rough. But I actually saw before we went live for the pod.
You fall a long way from Y2J.
On Eastern time, the pay-per-view started at 1 p.m. because it's overseas.
Yeah, fuck that.
Which I actually saw possibly is what damaged some pay-per-view buys. Because they had 90,000 pay-per-view buys, but the last time they had a pay-per-view that started at 8 o'clock, double or nothing, did 140,000.
Oh, it definitely hurts. Because everyone's out.
And I looked at it like this. It's not like Crown Jewel. Like, when they go overseas for WWE, it's like, okay, well, it starts at 10 a.m. Eastern time. But guess what? When I go on Peacock at 2 p.m., I can put it on then.
Exactly.
When I go to it at 10 o'clock tonight, I can put it on. I don't have to order it and record it.
I'll just middle of my fucking day.
Which I almost ordered the pay-per-view and recorded it. You know what stopped me? $80.
God damn.
Yeah. But normally they only charge $50.
Which is still, that's like, bro, you are not WWE.
Well, what they did is that they charged $20 under what they charge for WrestleMania if you don't have Peacock. Because WrestleMania to order both nights. So essentially it's like $50 a night, but it's $100 for the whole night.
That's wild.
Where AEW is All In. However, though, this is the other thing I saw that I think could be cool, but I also don't know if it'll pan out the way that they want it to. Here, I want to see how you think on this. So, let's go London time. They're starting at 5 o'clock.
Okay.
It's going to run to midnight. between the pre-show and the main card, it's 7 hours of wrestling. Now, when Tony Khan talked about it, he was like, well, I kind of want you to look at it like this is, he didn't say this, but this is kind of how I took it.
Right.
Look at it like a Coachella of wrestling. Like, there's going to be hours of wrestling, a lot of different wrestlers. It's going to be like a festival, basically.
Is that what we were looking for now?
No. I'm
a circus?
I'm a storyline guy.
Thank you.
Essentially, what this card is him throwing a bunch of people together. A couple of the matches have like actual storylines behind them. I don't want to say that they all don't, but I would say more than half the card it does give off that vibe of like, hey, here's 4 really good guys. Here's 4 really good guys. We're going to put them in an 8-man tag match and call it a tables match. Here you go. Wrestling festival. Because it's like, oh, well, there's no real feud here. Like in the one match, there's 2 guys going against each other that actually have tag teamed together for like the past 2 years.
Okay.
But it's just, they didn't put them together. They just threw them against each other.
Yeah. That's just
like Will Ospreay and Chris Jericho had no story.
They're just throwing shit together for 7 hours.
Yeah, they're kind of looking at it like a collection of great wrestling. But now here's my thing, and this is coming from a wrestling stand. Wrestling is not like music. And here's like the wrestling show. I've been to a ton of them. I've been to concerts. Here's why they're so much different. Wrestling, it's a lot different than music for this reason. You go to the concert because you're like, okay, I love all this music. We got all these openers. Granted, I've never been to an actual whole-out music festival, but when you see all those people, you're like, okay, boom, we get to hear the best shit from all of them. When you do wrestling like that, where you're just like, let's just throw a bunch of shit together that looks good and do it, you're going to wear out your fan. So they're going to be sitting here and being like, okay, why am I invested into this match? What is the story here?
That's what exactly like WrestleMania. It's all built up throughout the whole year. Like for this to come together, for everything to I can invest
each Monday Night Raw and each SmackDown.
And they did it smart, so now it's 2 days, so it's not even as long. No, like they realize like
it's
people.
I believe it's 4 hours each day.
Yeah, so that's like 7 hours straight.
And
I haven't watched Avatar, the new Avatar.
Let me also.
I haven't watched the new Avatar because it's 3.5, almost 4 hours. I have to break. I'm breaking into pieces.
Exactly.
I'm like halfway through it now, but I'm breaking into pieces because I'm like, this is just too fucking long.
It's different. It's not like music where somebody's going to perform for 25 minutes, get off the stage, and then another guy you come up there and you're going to love a lot of their catalog.
I got to rehydrate. I got to get water. I got to eat some food.
Yeah.
7 hours.
7 hours. I got to go use the bathroom. I got to go get more food.
Like 7.
Like think about the guy that got a hot dog when he gets there. He's hungry by the time he leaves. You know, it's like fuck.
He needs 7 hot dogs, 1 an hour.
Like crazy shit. And then the other thing with it, like the point that I wanted to make sure I made to clarify. Let me go with just the casual wrestling fan that loves to watch wrestling. So let me use my wife, for example. Even on the WrestleMania 2 nights, I can see where she gets lost. And here's how it happens. Night 1, okay, night 1 was awesome. That was a great 4 hours of wrestling. Great. And then it's, hey, tonight, remember, night 2, 4 hours. And we'll be about an hour and a half, 2 hours into night 2. And she'll go, hey,
she's just
like,
great.
Can I go upstairs and like maybe I'll watch the main event during the week?
It's just a lot of wrestling.
Yeah, and even like with it being like, oh, that's a great story. That's a great story.
So
imagine if it was, hey, we got 4 hours of wrestling tonight. Okay, who's fighting? Cody Rhodes and LA Knight. Okay, why are they facing each other? Oh, I don't know. It just looked good, so they threw it on the card.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Yeah. You're lost.
Damn.
Yeah.
Like
you can't invest. You can't invest.
So I think that's going to be interesting to see how the reviews come out, because I mentioned this last week, which I don't think you got to hear my take on it, that some of the AEW wrestlers actually were in fear that the show wasn't going to be able to live up to its hype. So I hope that it does live up to its hype, because if not, with the way they hyped it up and promoted it.
This is their make or break, though.
Yes.
Like, if
this is their WrestleMania 1.
Yeah, and it has
to do well.
Yes.
But now here's
they'll be back for 2.
Now here's the crazier thing.
But like they'll, instead of going like overseas for a 70,000-80,000 seater or 90,000 seater, if this flops next year, it's going to be like at the Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, like with 40,000.
And see if we can do that.
Yeah, it's going to be a reality check and like not make or break, because they'll be back, but it's this is going to be a moment of like, is this actually sustainable?
Now, here's the only thing.
But 7 fucking hours, bro? Yeah. What?
And then you want to hear something crazy?
That's a mean face.
You want to hear something crazy? Next week, next Sunday, they have another pay-per-view.
Why?
AEW All Out, and that's 5 hours.
All in and then all out.
Yep. They got All In and then All Out a week apart.
That's stupid marketing.
And you know what's crazy?
All your wrestlers are going to be dead.
And you don't got no matches on your next week's card.
What?
They haven't announced any matches yet, all except for one.
Well, because you don't know who's going to be hurt or who can actually participate.
I also saw that a lot of people couldn't make it, like even more people throughout the week. Yeah, Ray Phoenix from the Lucha Bros, he got his visa revoked.
Oh,
so he couldn't make it. Hangman Pac, he got his travel restrictions revoked. He couldn't make it. Cash Wheeler somehow able to make it, but he pulled a gun out a couple months ago. So I think they're still letting him fight today, actually, oddly enough. Because he hasn't officially been charged with anything yet, I think is the case. He has to go to court, though. And but yeah, there was another person. Bryan Danielson's still hurt. So he can't make it to AEW. All in. Which that one's a killer for them. However, though, I did see that I think I know who's going to get the biggest pop today. And that's Saraya. Remember Paige from WWE?
Yeah.
Goth girl? Yeah, so I think she's going to get the big pop, the big Wembley pop. I think Ospreay will get a really big Wembley pop, too. But speaking of AEW, that brings me to the next question before we pivot into WWE. So Edge cleared the air this week. For those that don't know, background context. Edge last week, it was rumored, did he retire? Was it his last match in WWE?
Right.
What's going on? Well, people came out with rumors, as always, saying that, Edge sent WWE a contract offer, and WWE didn't want to take it, so Edge said, well, fuck y'all, basically, I'm not re-signing. And that sounded like bullshit to me.
Yeah.
And Edge came out the next day, and he literally, he goes, let me clear the air. He said, I actually have a contract in my kitchen right now from WWE that I could sign and send back.
Immediately.
He goes, this is something, he goes, I'm going to need time to think on. I just need to make sure the creative direction's all right. I need to make sure this is something I still want to do, can operate on the level that I want to perform at. He said, as far as trying to create any negative narrative between me and the WWE, he said, I can pick up the phone right now and call Vince, Triple, and Stephanie, and it's like we just spoke yesterday.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like,
that's why
he was like, get the fuck out of here with any, like,
that's why
hate shit.
To what you're going to ask, like,
now that's my question. Do you think that he could go to AEW?
I mean, he could. Obviously,
Do you think he will?
Hell no. Like, he's like.
Can I remind you of maybe the only thing that would incentivize him?
What?
It's that if he is going to end his career and call it on his own way, his buddy Christian, who he shoots a podcast with, that he came into WWE with, is in AEW. If he were to go work one last feud, so to speak, hear me out, because the Hardy Boys are there too.
That could make sense.
He could go there for a one-off.
Yeah.
Him and Christian versus the Hardy Boys.
It won't be a year contract.
No, it'd be a one-off, like a one feud one-off. Yeah. Like, I'm back.
I can see that.
Here's Christian. We're going after the Hardys.
I can see that just for the one time, one last run.
And maybe even AEW.
Because that's a real thing with wrestlers. Like, him and Christian are brothers. Like,
yes.
Like they're, so it's like one last run before we can't. All right, fuck it, yeah.
Yeah.
Like let's do it. Like,
and the Hardys are there, so it makes sense.
But will he? Who knows? That's the only reason that there's a possibility.
Yes, that literally, if Christian wasn't there, I don't even think about it.
Yeah, I don't even know if he. I feel like, I mean, he might, but if he's, I don't know what happened with Christian in WWE, or if he's just in a contract.
They wanted him to pretty much just do like a behind the scenes role, and he said no.
Fuck that. Fair.
Yeah,
but I don't. I mean,
they pretty much didn't see value of Christian.
It's either that Edge goes there for a one-off, or he takes time off now, waits for Christian's contract to be up, and then they do it in WWE. Because he calls Triple, because he's that close with Triple and Vince, and says, "Yo, me and Christian want to do one more run.
Yeah, hey, I just talked to Christian.
At the end of his contract, we want to do one more run in WWE. We want to do it right. We want to do one last run together." Even if it's just we come in and fuck somebody up and then we're gone. But one last
if we
thing
just come in
together.
and have to help, maybe we could help put over a couple tags.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know if Edge risks
the Uso. Oh, well, I guess it can't
this is
happen
what it comes
anymore.
down to. Does Edge risk his body in AEW rather than WWE?
With how they like to do the extreme shit, no.
That's right. And like the unprofessionalism you hear in the background. Yes, he might do it for Christian.
All that
but
backstage politics.
It would have
drama.
to be with the Hardys because he trusts the Hardys.
Yes.
So, but then it's like, or I wait a year.
Which I got to be honest, Matt's looking a little rough out there. So if they're going to do this, they actually got to do this rather quickly. But if they are going to go the AEW route, Matt looks like he's going.
That's
down.
why I think it might be even more in the less and be like,
dude,
Edge might be
2 weeks ago on Dynamite, Matt Hardy did a twist of fate to his own teammate. The teammate almost didn't even know how to like sell it. So it was like a skirmish in the ring, one of those times where it's just like a bunch of people fighting. Yeah. And Matt just started going crazy with the twist of fates. Well, he spins his own teammate around, and like his teammate's like doesn't really know what to do
because he's never been.
And then Matt like goes to like do it, and like the teammate's like looking a little stiff, and he's like, "Are we really doing this?" And like you can see Matt goes for the twist of fate, and then he just kind of rolls out of the ring and like kind of steps up for a second, like, "Wait a minute, what just happened?"
This man got CTE.
That's why I was like, I think if you're gonna do this, but do it now because Matt's on his way out.
I don't think Edge risks his body in AEW. I don't think Edge risks
because you already know if they did this, they want to put him in a ladder match, recreate the fucking spear off the ladder.
That or they're putting him in something rich. Like it's not just gonna be a normal 2-on-2.
And even worse, what if they're like, oh well, I also want you to have a match against, one of the new guys, and he's like, with my neck, fuck out of here.
That's what I'm saying.
Like guys get hurt in this promotion all the time.
So that's where I'm like, he might do it with Christian just cause, but I think there's a better chance he would wait and then have Christian come with him. Because Edge could easily go to Vince and be like, yo, I don't care if you got beef with Christian and shit.
Which
we're
I'm
doing
so
this
glad that you
one
said that because Vince McMahon always thought that Christian didn't look like a superstar.
Yeah.
And Christian said that hurt him. But Vince pretty much told him, he's like, don't get me wrong, like you're great. You ended up being way better than I thought you would.
Yeah.
But you just never looked like a big star to me. Like, which was kind of fucked up to say to him, but
I mean, but that's also honesty.
Because Christian, I mean, when he talked about that, honest, when he talked about that in an interview, just real quick, he said that when Edge got his big push, that's when he asked Vince, like, "Hey, can I get a solo run?" And he was like, "That's when Vince told him that." It was
in the Florida Gators doc on Netflix.
The Swamp King.
Yeah, Swamp Kings. Urban Meyer, he on there. There's a recruit. He recruited there, and I think it was wide receiver or whatever. And during practice or whatever, he didn't have like competitive mindset that day. He was like, got asked about him like at media day. He's like, I think that was a recruiting mistake. And then Urban in the thing, he's like, and he ended up proving me wrong. Like,
trying to reach that own like potential that like you feel
he like at the moment he's just like, I think we fucked up by recruiting him. We should have got somebody else. But then looking back after like 2 years of him developing, getting better, being a dog, he was like, hey, he proved me wrong. It wasn't like I did say it was a recruit. At the time, I thought it was a recruiting mistake, but it turned out to work out very well. Yeah. So like Vince saying that, it's not like that's just being honest. Yeah. Like, hey, bro, when I brought you in, I did not think you were going to be a superstar. No disrespect, like I just didn't. But like, I'm glad you did. Yeah, he kind of basically just looked at him like, hey, you're Edge's tag team partner until Edge goes solo, and then it's toodaloo. Yeah. And then Christian was like, no, like the crowd chants for me. And then Vince is probably like, well, we'll see. Shit. We'll see. Okay. He's like, you got one chance to see. Yeah. We'll see if they cheer for you, because if they don't. If you remember, they did put the world title on him, but then it kind of got turned into a joke, because remember, he would always go, no, I need one more match, one more rematch. Then he would work and get the rematch and lose it. Yeah, though, I think it'd be interesting to see if Edge does end up in AEW, and I don't think we can rule it out. The last thing I wanted to mention on pro wrestling before we close out and go into music, wanted to mention WWE Payback early predictions. They have 3 matches on the card, and this is next Saturday. So, Seth Rollins versus Shinsuke Nakamura for the World Heavyweight title. They've been building this feud great. I think it'll be a great match. Who do you got winning that? Shinsuke. Interesting, because I actually think Shinsuke might win it too, because I think Seth Rollins is going to need time off to get his back looked at. Yeah, that's actually what they're centering this feud around. Is he needs? You know me, I'm going to probably botch it, but I hope I don't. I believe they said the procedure that Seth Rollins needs to take time off for is a lower lumbar fusion, Yeah.
Does that sound right?
Yeah.
Something in the base of your back
Yeah, it's like
got
when
cracked and fucked up.
Yeah, your vertebrae are basically coming together rather than having a little space.
Yes. So that's what he needs to take time off for. And I think they've been building this feud really good, and they've been building Shinsuke up really well. That I think Shinsuke actually will beat him at Payback.
Yeah.
And I think it would be a great moment. I think that'll be a great match, too. That'll be a 5-star.
And he's deserving.
Yeah, and Seth does deserve the time off for sure. I mean, he's been working live events, house shows, all this while his back has a fucking chip in it, for God's sake. Like,
yeah, go get some rest, dog.
Yeah, like, get the surgery. The other match that I think will be a really good match, Rhea Ripley versus Raquel Rodriguez for the Raw, I believe it's the Raw or SmackDown? Raw Women's title.
I think it's Raw.
Yeah, Raw. Yeah, because EO SmackDowns. So for the Raw Women's title, Rhea Ripley versus Raquel Rodriguez. But who do you got winning that match?
I could see it going either way for different reasons. Because they could be starting to break up.
Judgment Day.
Yeah. So but she's a solo. She's a great solo champ. But it's also time for her to like meet a force, or like have a chink in the armor.
Which is Raquel.
Exactly. And
she's a big old bitch. She's built like Wonder Woman.
And she's going over so hard right now. So now's like a time to capitalize, even if it's only for 2-3 weeks for her to get the belt. But it puts a chink in Rhea's armor.
And to go to your point, like you said, she's getting red hot right now.
Yeah.
The moment that I think Triple H was like, hold on, maybe this does happen, was when I noticed a couple weeks ago when Raquel came out.
Mm-hmm.
You always got to chase the kids as fans. Bunch of little girls in the crowd doing this. Flexing, doing her flex thing when she came out.
Yeah.
And I know that when Triple H saw the kids got her shirt on.
Uh-oh.
Oh shit.
Yep.
And they're doing the face. Uh-oh, she's got the kids.
Run it.
That's the female John Cena essentially. Once you got the kids, oh boy, let the money rack up because those kids are getting armbands, lunch boxes, fucking hats, shirts, you name it, they're getting
a belt.
Yeah, like oh my god,
all 3 belts,
the blanket, like everything. So I do think it's a possibility Raquel wins. However, if I'm putting chips on the table, I'm putting them on Rhea. I think they're gonna let her. Like, put it this way, I don't think Raquel will beat her on Saturday, but I could see Raquel maybe beating her at Survivor Series.
I think she's getting it now because then you could give it back to Rhea if she doesn't hold out as a champion.
Like if it doesn't work, if the experiment fails, so to speak.
I mean, not everybody's cut to be a champion. Everybody can be a great performer and great wrestler, but there's a different limelight, different attitude when you're a champion.
Funny that you said that. JBL said he was always a shoot from the hip promo guy. And he said doing promos came easy to him. He said when he went out on the SmackDown after he won that WWE Undisputed Championship, he said it was like he had to recraft his whole promo because he's like, oh, I got to center it around like I'm champion now.
Yeah.
I'm no longer chasing this. I have it. I'm defending it.
Yeah.
So now
I'm the guy.
So he was kind of like, for the first time ever before I'm going out there, I'm like, shit, I got to think about what I got to say.
I got to talk some shit.
Yeah, like, oh, damn. Like, it actually does change the dynamic greatly.
Full. So, I think, like, with her being red hot, if I was betting, I would bet on Rodriguez.
At least just to see how it goes.
Because this is right before Survivor Series, Rhea get it right back. So now, rather than her losing or keeping it now, than losing Survivor Series, then she has to get it back at.
I see what you mean, because you don't want the Raquel momentum to die down before it could really even have a chance to get started.
Because So I think now would be the time to capitalize on it if I were to. And it's not like, I think if I was betting, I would bet Rodriguez.
So, last match that they have on the card as of now, I think will be the match of the night at Payback. In fact, I have a hot take. I'd like to see it be the main event, even though I know it probably won't be. But Becky versus Trish Stratus, steel cage match to end the feud. Who do you got winning that?
Trish Stratus versus who?
Becky Lynch.
Whoa.
Steel cage match to end the feud. I got Becky.
I want to say Becky. She's more of a savage.
And I think Trish Stratus just really wanted to have one good feud with her.
Yeah.
And she already got 2 wins on her.
And I want to say, she wants Becky over.
Yes. She wants to make sure that
she knows.
You know that Becky is like the new Trish almost.
Yeah, Trish already had her run.
It's like Trish's way of passing the baton.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So if I was betting, I love Becky. I usually bet Becky anyway. So, yeah, I'm going Becky.
You know what was really cool with Trish? So I believe that she probably just cut her, or actually no, tomorrow on Raw, or Monday on Raw it would be. But when she first came back, her promos was very like not normal Trish, but it was like, okay, she's been gone for so long, she just needs to get that rhythm back. And in about the last month, she finally got that rhythm all the way back, where she's out there not missing a step, fucking killing it. She knows how to be a great bitch. I know it sounds crazy, but she can be a bitch.
That's what she was there to do.
That's her thing.
So
you're saying Trish is, hey, let's have a great match, but
and it
I'll
might
count
not even
the lights for
and
it.
it might not even be Trish leaving, but she's starting to put over these younger women.
Yeah.
So they
Zoe Stark, she grabbed from NXT, which supposedly Trish handpicked her. Like when she came back, Triple H was like, is there anybody in NXT that you see that do you see something that I don't?
There's some pressure on that bitch.
And
she said, I want her.
Yep. And Trish was like,
picked me. Yeah, Trish said you. That's why you have a contract.
I
didn't pick you. She did. So if you fuck up, this is on her.
But
you better thank her because now you have a job.
That's essentially what Zoe Stark said too on the after the bell, the bump. That's what she said when it was like, oh well, how did it like come to be? And she said literally Trish met with us all, got to meet us, got to see how we operated in the ring. And the rumor was that she was gonna have somebody called up to kind of be like her protege.
Yeah.
And Zoe was like, oh, I'm thinking she's gonna pick, this one, that one. And he said, literally, as I'm getting ready to go to bed that night, Triple H said, hey, instead of going to NXT tomorrow, I need you to come to Raw. We're drafting you. We're calling you up. You're going to be with Trish. Yeah.
What a dream.
Okay.
I'll be there.
Yeah, okay.
What city?
Yeah, what time do I need to be there? What time's check-in?
That's crazy.
Which, that like you said, that was a blessing, but it could also be a curse because it's like Zoe's been doing great. But like you said, immediately what that was here, now step in, now fill them. And it's like, oh, shit, okay. Like, we're really doing this.
If you're a true competitor, those are opportunities you love.
Oh, I mean, now she's had matches with Becky.
Exactly.
Like, getting all that nice ring experience. But I'm looking forward to seeing what more matches come to the card. And before we leave off on wrestling, once again, R.I.P. Terry Funk, R.I.P. The Fiend, Wyndham Rotunda, Bray Wyatt. Now, lastly, one last category to talk about, and it's got shit all over the place. It's a mess out here.
I got
Smarty
15 minutes.
Perfect. So let's talk,
maybe 10,
very briefly, new music reviews, and then I will have Wifey pull up a chair as well. So let's talk new music reviews. Not that much ended up coming out this weekend, which leads me to another thing I wanted to mention. But from what I did catch this week that came out, I added a few things, so we'll start with that. I saw Lil Yachty drop the Tesla EP. I'm going to be honest. Lil Yachty, that was borderline unbearable. But the Tesla song I added, I do like the beat to it. I kind of like how he does that.
That was a pity ad.
He does the kind of. Like, it was kind of like, I don't want to forget about it, but don't be surprised if I delete this by tomorrow. But, yeah. I mean, the beat's good. The production's good. What he's doing is he's leaning into that, I took the walk. Like, that, like, slow, melodic tune sound that he's been doing. He did it on Polo. You know what I'm talking about. Well, that EP definitely doesn't fall under a highly recommend. I'm kind of going to just jump all over the place here real quick. Miley Cyrus dropped a single, Used to Be Young. I love my Miley.
I heard, Ariana Grande and her dropping.
Yeah.
Or Selena.
I believe
Selena's dropping too.
Selena dropped a record. I saw Grande
they're all
drop
dropping
something.
albums, though.
Yeah. Like, these are all singles for albums.
Yeah, you're right, yeah.
I think Ariana might have actually just dropped the album, but I have to double check. Brent Fayaz dropped a record with Coco Jones called Moment of Your Life. Love that joint.
Here's a random information in the music world.
Hit me.
Just came out about 15 minutes ago.
Fresh off the press, 15 minutes ago.
According to NBC Miami News, YNW Melly's mother has filed a complaint against the lead detective in her son's double murder case, alleging he used excessive force in her son's interrogation. Melly's lawyer filed a brand new
lead
motion.
Detective in the Melly case used excessive force, is what the mother's claiming.
Yes, for reportedly using. And
Gotcha.
Melly's lawyer filed a Brady motion demanding the prosecution turn over any evidence against the detective. In Florida, a Brady motion is used to compel the opposing attorney to turn over evidence that includes any information favorable to the accused, which may reduce the defendant's potential sentence.
Yeah.
Oh, if that goes, like, if say that does, like, there's videos of him, like, being a dick and, like, like aggressive shit,
slamming a head on a table or something.
like some Batman shit,
Yeah.
everything just get wiped away.
Love that for Melly. Love that for Melly.
Wild. So that's hot off the press.
Dude, he be looking like a fucking menace. I've seen some of his courtroom videos. I would not want to be the guy that says he's guilty either. I might just say not. I don't give a fuck what the evidence is. If I'm the jury, I'd say not guilty
I'm
right
gonna
there.
go kill me like he
That
killed his
motherfucker
friends.
looks like Freddy Krueger.
He killed his friends.
Imagine what he'd do to me.
He gonna kill me too.
Like, shit, and he be talking about his personality disorders. You may have locked up Melly, but I'm gonna die by Melvin. That I'm scared
That
of Melvin.
motherfucker getting out by the night.
YNW Melly, I don't give a fuck about. He gonna kill me. He's not gonna do shit from inside the box. But when he turns into Patricia, I'm fucked. Like, this dude split. Literally, have you heard that dude talk in courtroom? I did not know that. I thought the split personalities thing was like a gimmick.
No.
He actually has bipolar and like
some shit.
those kind of like, this dude's pulling a Patricia in the middle of the courtroom. You can tell by his facial expression. When he looks sad, he's YNW Melly. When I don't know who that guy is, but it scares the shit out of me. That's why when I see that face, I'm like, yo, whatever you did, I'm good. Like, that motherfucker is not guilty. But, yeah, that's crazy, though. Wish the best for Melly. Another new single that dropped, French Montana and Sway Lee, they're back again with Wish You Well, which French Montana's first line, she popped the top off like it's Houdini. Come on now. Fucking gas. Fredo Bang dropped Bang Man, like that joint. Okay. Gucci Mane dropped a new joint with J. Cole.
I saw that.
J. Cole and Mike Will made it. There I go. Cole had a great verse. Another Cole feature that came out was on Burna Boy's album, which I haven't got to hear the whole Burna Boy yet. I do plan on it, but from what I heard, I do like it. I kind of cherry picked on the features, but overall, I dig it. One on Gucci Mane's track more, but I like this back-to-back features that he did. I thought that was pretty tight.
He usually doesn't miss.
Yeah, I agree. And then album-wise, Sauce Walka dropped Dat Boy Dem, which I have not finished it. I've added a couple joints on it, though. I added 1, 2, 3, 6. And I'm also getting a chance to talk with him October 5th, so I'm looking really forward to that. That'll be fun. Victoria Monet actually is one of my highly recommendations for the week. She dropped a great R&B project, Jaguar 2. A couple joints on there that stood out to me.
Check out of the week.
Hell yeah. Was Smoke featuring Lucky Day, Cadillac, a Pimp's Anthem, which she samples, I think, loosely samples Ludacris on it, if I'm not mistaken. And then she has her hit single, On My Mama, which is a great record. That's actually my favorite. That, and then she had a great feature. And in 2023, I get sick and tired of seeing Baby on every single album. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like, okay, new album come out. Who's on it? Okay, we got Lil Baby. All right, we got Young Boy. Okay, like, you know what I mean? It's like always the same features. You know who she got? Earth, Wind, and Fire. Yeah. Yeah.
Talk about I do this shit.
Like, not only got a shit cleared, but got a fresh vocals.
Why is Miguel out here doing shows hanging from hooks?
Because he's killing it right now. Miguel's on fire.
But like actual like,
I just hope he doesn't do an Owen Hart.
Like actual hate. Like that's for what?
He's killing it right now, man. His career had a revival with Sure Thing, having like popping off all these years later. Oh, is it to his skin?
Through his skin, bro. Hanging by his skin.
Motherfucker up there looking like Doc Ock.
Ugh. People are weird.
He looked like he's gonna go kidnap Kirsten Dunst any second now. But hey, you can't laugh at your own jokes. Then you can't laugh at nothing.
I just
another new. Now here's something I want to talk about with the new music. So Earl Sweatshirt and Alchemist dropped a single called Sentry, featuring Mike. Great single, great video, great visuals. However, though, unless I'm missing it and I haven't seen it yet, they were supposed to release a project together. And where is it? Like, I haven't seen like any. They dropped the merch for it. They did all that. They dropped the single, but maybe it's coming this Friday now. I don't know.
Maybe,
but
we shall see.
Yeah, but as of now, though,
it's like Drake.
I haven't seen it.
That's like Drake. he came out and people were like, "Oh, you didn't."
That's
drop
the
that
other
album."
thing,
He's
yeah.
Like, well, hey,
Where's
never-
the Drake album? Where's For All My Dogs?
But he literally just announced, he's like, "I never said when I was dropping it. I said it was coming soon." Y'all assumed that meant this Friday, so that's on you guys for getting your hopes up. When I never announced shit for a release date.
No, I agree with that point. But
He's
now
like, y'all know I'm doing performances and shows right now, right?
I want to play Angry Drake fan though.
No, can't.
Amazon Music posted that they were going to have it available on August 25th.
Well, that's their fuck up. They're not Drake.
But I do think then he should have addressed that, because don't make it sound like we just invented, hey, he's dropping tonight. No.
Somebody did.
There was, Amazon mentioned it.
What if there's so much crowd noise on Twitter? Like, oh, it's dropping this day, then Amazon put it out. So people are like, oh, we'll go to Amazon first to buy it.
Well, now, I mean, they've been saying it's supposed to drop for like 2 weeks, the internet.
Exactly. So Amazon, as a retailer, you're going to want people to come to you first.
He also, a couple weeks ago, though, Drake said, 40 doesn't feel too well. Let's wish 40 the best. Album coming soon.
Yeah, he said coming soon.
Which,
And
you
he
know,
ju-
I love coming soon.
And he
so
just
vague.
announced that today, like yesterday. He's like, I never said when it was dropping. I said it's coming soon, and it is coming soon. It's on the way. That's what he said.
The other thing, though,
Never
that I
gave
think
a date.
fucked everybody up was he announced that at 10 p.m. on Thursday that he was doing an OVO sound radio. And I feel like almost
That's usually when he drops.
yeah, because he'll play like a record or two on the thing, and then
he
it's
could have done that on purpose to build up some hype. And now people are itching for it.
like big time itching for it.
So when he drops it in 2 weeks or 3, it's, oh God, we gotta go listen. And he's going.
What do you think of the cover that his son drew?
It'd be that man a little demonic.
I want to know what the fuck that kid is dreaming about. That thing looked fucked. That thing looked like some Donnie Darko shit.
No, yeah, I teach him how to like dream.
That looked like some Donnie Darko
that
shit.
man will lose his soul if he learned how to dream walk.
I imagine if you looked in Adonis's mind, it's just Melly's courtroom face.
And on that note, I'm leaving. He said,
That's funny.
that
as shit.
son, that kid does not deserve that.
So let's see what else dropped this week that deserves to be mentioned that maybe I got to, maybe I didn't.
I gotta start getting ready.
Gotcha. Gucci Mane dropped Broken Hearted. Looks like single wise we covered about everything. Kirk Franklin dropped the new joint. That's cool. I haven't heard it yet. Oh, Tyga and YG dropped a fucking abomination of a record. They dropped this thing called Party Time. Fucking terrible.
I mean, I just. Yeah.
Black Odyssey dropped You Got a Man Live, which is awesome.
Okay.
I believe. Oh, Jason Derulo dropped, which means we've went too far. So
Facts.
when you hit Jason Derulo, turn around in the nearest parking lot. You've turned down the wrong way. Friday, he dropped a new project, new album. I haven't heard anything off of it yet, but it looks. Oh, I did hear the Chris Brown joint. But it looks like he's got some decent features on there. I do like keeping an eye out for Friday. I do like him on features.
Hell yeah.
Ariana Grande dropped the 10th anniversary of Yours Truly.
That's cool.
And her last...
If she didn't put out at least 4 new songs on it, I'm a bit.
I don't like this. She dropped the Spanish version of The Way featuring Mac Miller.
Hey, get your listeners up.
Yeah, Catapult, not my man's name. And then she has it live featuring Mac Miller. So she has The Way on here 3 times with him. I wonder what Pete Davidson thinks about that, you cold-blooded bitch. Oh, sorry, I forgot. We're live.
Jesus.
Hey, I get to put my hater hat on every once in a while, don't I?
Does not like her.
Mr. Keep the Love High and the Hate Low. Well,
Hey, bitch.
I said keep it low. I didn't say it doesn't exist.
That's fair.
But just wanted to mention that about Ariana Grande. Let me just there we go. Summoning wifey to pull up a chair as we're closing it out. But yeah, no Drake album's crazy, but I did want to have you leave off on this because you mentioned it during the week when we talked about it.
Huh.
So, Scooter Braun has officially, well, let me reword this. Almost all artists that were under his management have successfully worked themselves out of their management deals with him.
Yes.
But the one that Scooter will not let go, and it's going to court.
Okay.
Justin Bieber has hired a lawyer. This thing's going to court unless Scooter settles. No, he's locked in until 2027.
I thought I saw a report where he
As of yesterday, he's locked into
Okay.
2027.
Gotcha.
As of it may have changed, but as of yesterday,
the report might have been him seeking out
yes.
when everyone else got
And
out.
he's trying to work the deal, but Scooter's just not really having it. He's not even really
That's
hearing
his
it out
last
anymore.
money. That's his last money.
Yeah, and now it looks like it's going to court. But what do you think about the Scooter Braun Justin Bieber situation? Also, why do you think so many people are trying to part ways from him? Because we tried to figure that one out last week.
I mean,
what's your take?
he got all them kids. He got them all when they were kids, like young kids,
Young artists coming up.
So it's
Which
like
also makes me wonder if he did that shit on fucking purpose.
not that, but it's I mean, when he found Justin Bieber was like a 12-year-old on the internet. Like, what are you doing on YouTube?
Which he said he found him in the middle of the night, and I was
Weird.
like, hey, yo.
Yeah, since then I've been like, that's a little weird. All right, hey, but hey, do you?
He said he used to watch Victorious, also sus.
And you're grown. You weren't a kid.
I'm like, yo, those are early high school girls. But,
So,
it's safe to say Scooter Braun had a one-way fucking ticket to the
but
Epstein
like,
Island.
you once people mature and grow up and like you can't just be a dickhead all the time.
Which supposedly, I didn't know this, but supposedly is an asshole.
And like when they're the talent and you're just a guy we
And
know.
supposedly too, he
You're-
gets a big cut.
You're a guy
Like, he got a big cut.
that gave us a chance because so that's why we respect you. But like at the end of the day, I'm the fucking talent. So
If I don't put out a record, you don't
Right.
got shit.
and like without me, you're not shit. Yeah, you put me on, but like only like because someone else didn't find me when I was 12 and not 14.
Yeah.
So like you gave me 2 more years, but like same time it's like
And we got my beautiful wife pulling up the chair with
Yeah.
Ray Gun. So we're coming in, we're closing out, we're on music. We got a couple things left that I wanted to
on
mention.
Scooter Braun.
But right now we're on Justin Bieber is taking Scooter Braun to court because he can't get out of the management deal, and Scooter Braun is saying, like you said, look,
Right.
I've already lost Taylor, I've lost Grande, I can't lose you two. Like,
He's like-
I can't.
So it's like for what though?
Well, like that's what I.
Well, look at how Jerry Heller responded in the NWA situation.
But this isn't.
He was okay. He's like, I lost Cube. Fuck. Okay, I lost Dre. Shit. Easy. I can't lose you two. Like I've lost
Yeah, but,
everybody.
like,
I can't lose you two.
But Scooter's at a point where there's no, you're past the point of no return for trying to get Justin to stay up with you. Like now, he does not want to be a part of your business, part of your management at all. So like, even if you're like, hey, bro, you're still under contract, like, all right, I'm not putting out music.
It's
Fuck
like
off.
it's like an NFL thing. It's like what
Yeah.
Justin Bieber's gonna say.
You. Mine's Justin Bieber deep. And them bitches never end.
And now you don't
Like-
have Taylor and Grande money. So who's paying for the lawyers?
That's what I'm getting at. Is like, Justin can go to court forever.
By the way, he lost Taylor at the worst possible time he could. I know he's sick about that.
Oh. All right,
The biggest,
dog.
highest
I'm
grossing
about to
tour of
go
all
take
time.
a bathroom break, and then I gotta get out of here.
Alrighty.
Great
Brother
pod.
Snooka, great pod as always, and we're not even done yet.
Exactly.
So,
Shout out wifey for filling in.
and wifey pulling up a chair as well with Ray Gun. So technically, we got another chair pulled up,
Y'all have a
a
wonderful
little
time.
baby seat.
Take it
Drive
easy.
safe, brother. Be safe.
Always.
Stay blessed and less stressed.
Always.
So next thing I wanted to mention, which this is some also crazy shit, involving some courts, involving the court system, the judicial system that we all hate. Polo G was arrested this week on kidnapping, robbery, and assault charges. Now, Polo G, he was running hot there for a while. His career was on fire. I'm sure you remember the record rap star, right?
Yeah.
So he was taking off. He was becoming really popular, and it seemed like everything kind of was starting to die down for him. He just put out a new single 2 weeks ago. It seemed like the buzz was coming back up. Then this week, it's announced that he's arrested on kidnapping, robbery, and assault charges. Kidnapping. We're not going to kidnap anybody. But, yeah, Polo G, you shouldn't have kidnapped anybody. Allegedly. It's just an allegedly as of now. But innocent until proven guilty. Free Polo G. But it will be interesting to see how this does come to fruition on what exactly happened. As of now, it's free Polo G, innocent until proven guilty. Hip Hop 50, baby. I ain't throwing nobody under the bus unless your bitch ass name is Tory Lanez. So Polo G, we hope that you didn't do these things that you were accused of. The only thing that was fact is he did actually have a couple guns on him. You can't really get out of that. They brought that out of his house. But, yeah, Polo G, we hope to see you get out soon. We wish the best for you. And that's a shitty situation that you're in. The other thing that I wanted to mention, which also involves somebody going to court, which I actually love this, though. So Cardi B puts her foot down when it comes to that, you're just going to slander my name and put out a bunch of false information, and you're actually like what some people look at as a reliable source. Well, she took it a step further. There's this Twitter user that put out a claim that they tried to report it as fact, and it went viral until it got shut down. So the Twitter user was trying to say, hey, I was at so-and-so club last night and saw Offset fooling around, fucking around again. Like, I saw it. I have footage. If you get me to this many likes, I'll release the footage. It got way over the amount of likes. Footage didn't happen. Within about an hour of that, Cardi B takes it to Twitter, shoots the whole thing down, says literally that's impossible. He slept with me last night. He was at home. We're with the child. We're with our baby. What you're accusing him of, that's impossible. There's no way. So then she took it a step further, because once realized what it was and how many people actually started running with it, and major publications, I mean, fucking XXL was talking about it. So Cardi B is now suing that Twitter user, and the lawsuit actually can be filed. It can stick.
Yeah.
And she is suing this guy for a shitload. And essentially, according to that, people that I guess know that user, because since then the account's been deactivated, all that. But there's like reports come out that like literally Cardi B just ruined the man's life, ruined his whole life. Like he'll never bounce back from this. He's gonna swim in debt until he dies. That type of shit. His house gone, like all that shit. And what I love about that is, I think we need to end the internet clickbait troll.
Yes, I 150% agree. This is setting a boundary for, famous people, quote unquote, whatever you want to call them, artists. And it's teaching these fucking fans and or not even people that are in the public, influencers, what have you, whatever, to that it's not okay to slander somebody's name and try to fucking ruin their life.
Yeah.
What if for crazy reason, he wasn't home last night. Now Cardi has that fucking shit in her head, like, oh my god.
Oh, wait a minute, he is on tour. Like oh shit.
Now you're ruining something. No, you deserve it. Stop doing the clickbait. If you have something reliable with hard evidence to back it up, 100%, go ahead and fucking tweet it to the world. I don't give a damn. But you're just gonna pull something because you got like. Please tell me what that does for you. Is that like what?
He was viral for a day.
It's putting money in your pocket for a like.
Nope. No, he was viral. You know what that was? He was viral for a day. He probably was at home and saw XXL just shared my tweet. Wow.
Like, and I was like, why? Like, why?
People want to feel important. That's exactly what it is. He wanted to feel important.
You're important
yep.
for that?
If I'm trying to dissect his brain, I would say that he woke up that day feeling like, damn, I post on here every day and nobody ever cares about anything I say.
But like, what is the satisfaction?
That's mental health. That's mental health awareness. That sounds like somebody that has mental health that has went down a negative way, and it's went so negative that it just like that. Like, okay, so he doesn't feel important. He wakes up and goes, man, I tweet all day. Nobody ever seems to care. Nobody pays attention to me. How can somebody pay attention to me? How can I be important right now? Oh, I'm going to make up some bullshit ass lie about Offset and see if this catches people's eyes. And then all of a sudden it's, oh, hey, somebody cares. Oh, hey, this person cares. Oh, okay, I actually get the tweet today. Hey, with this many likes, I'll release the footage. People are liking that tweet now. Okay, cool. I have something to do tonight.
So
and then boom.
I'm going to just put you right there. I in no realm think that's mental illness at all, but looking
a different form.
You're walking on a fine line because that it'd be different if it was like, hey, I'm gonna do this, like I'm gonna kill myself right now. Like that's like, okay, I need somebody to make me feel like I shouldn't be feeling this way. you tweeting that Cardi B's husband cheated on her is mental illness because it's gonna get you likes.
What I mean by that is it's.
Y'all are throwing the word mental illness out like it's.
Let me reword it.
Like it's water.
Let me reword it. They're fucked in the head.
They're sick and they're not.
Yeah.
They don't have no. They don't know. They're actually like bored. I think they don't have a life. They have nothing else better to do that day than do that. Because somebody who worked a 9 to 5 ain't gonna tweet that because they want to. Like, no, you're bored. You need to stir the pot. You're a drama starter, probably. I can guarantee you that. Mentally ill? No, sir.
You're not gonna let them get that bailout?
No, absolutely not. Because we need to start making the word mental illness actually mean something, and not just throw it around because he did something weird. You don't have a mental illness because.
Oh no, I think he's fucked in the head. I mean, anybody that does anything like that, I say the same thing about the guy who pays a ticket admission to go to the show and throw his drink 20 minutes in. It's like, what's going on in your head, dog? The lights on and nobody's home and got locked in the barn. Like, when I see shit like that, I'm like, what the hell? Which then, as we're talking about people being crazy and people that are fucked in the head, here's another one. Janine Aiko and Big Sean have now court-ordered protection from a 29-year-old man. They had to. They also have an officer right now that is currently posted up outside of their house. So background context for those that don't know what's going on with Janine Aiko and Big Sean. There's a 29-year-old man that he has two intentions. According from what they got out of him, he has two intentions by the cryptic messages that he leaves. He's in love with Janine Aiko. Janine Aiko's the love of his life, his soulmate, and he will do anything that it takes to get to Janine Aiko. Now, that also gets crazy because the other half of it is, so he wants Janine. He wants to love on Janine Aiko. But he wants to kill Big Sean. So he's threatened I'm going to kill Big Sean so then in his mind, so then I can be with Janine. 29-year-old man. So, fucking crazy. They ordered court order protection. So this all pretty much started by him just sending like harassment DMs to both of them. But then it took a turn where police had to get involved because he started doing the death threats to Big Sean. Now, as always in the entertainment industry, especially when you're A-list and B-list, you're going to find some of those hidden requests. You know, you're going to find that I love you, you're the GOAT, I think you should be dead. Fuck. But this guy dropped their address. And once they dropped the address, Big Sean was like, I know this ain't hip-hop, but I got to call the police. This is way out of hand. Now you've dropped the address. So now they have court-ordered protection. And this guy is still essentially just court-ordered protection. He's not getting locked up or anything as of now.
Well, yeah, I mean, you start off with that first, unless it's like crazy, like I'm outside of your house gonna kill you, then no.
I'm gonna be honest though, if I'm Big Sean, I'd be like, okay, so we have court-ordered protection. This guy seems so fucking crazy. Is that really gonna keep him away?
No, exactly. And then you have post up so that when he comes, then he can be arrested because now you're violating a court order. Exactly.
Now here's my next question before we leave off on it. Do you think he shows back up? I think
possibly,
so.
Yeah.
He seems fucked up.
But he's crazy.
Again, though, 29-year-old man. How do you have time to harass Janine Aiko and Big Sean? And the other thing, too, is how good are these people with Google Maps that they can just find the address like that?
What are they looking at? Like, I can't even fucking find the damn store I'm going to.
You know what supposedly people do? If we're going to get in the head of the fucked up people, supposedly what they do is that they go on your social medias, and when you post from your home, say you're out on, let's just humor it, which hypothetical here. Big Sean steps out on his balcony and wants to go for a smoke break and post it on IG. What somebody will do is they'll screenshot it and go, okay, wait a minute, let me zoom in. What does that say?
Oh,
okay, that says Melrose Avenue. Hypothetical. That says Melrose Avenue. Okay. Well, in this one, he took a picture in his yard. What does that street sign say? That says Banson. Okay, so he lives on the corner of Melrose and Banson. What state has a corner that has Melrose and Banson? Okay, he lives in Detroit. All right, I can go there. Let's see which house it is. Okay. Boom. Based on the angles of the picture, it's that house right there. Boom.
Yeah.
That's how they do it. Which, if you think about it, though, again, do you people have nothing to do? Like,
That's exactly what
like
it is. They ain't got shit
you're
to do.
zooming in on screenshots of IG stories for a fucking street
That's too
sign.
much damn access to the internet.
Like, what the fuck? Like, to me, that shit, that goes right in the you're sick in the head.
True. That is sick in the head. That when you're like, you have like that.
You're driving to some other city to try to
You're
piece
like
together
obsessed with
street
that.
signs.
Yeah, well, that
Like-
is an illness. Like, yeah, that is crazy. That is an illness.
I mean, that's fucking dedication. That's an investment of time and money.
Well, I mean, like, yeah, you're. I'm not a therapist. I don't know what you call it, but for sure, that's fucking that's sick in the head.
And now to leave off on, which also falls in the category of sick in the head. It's a mess out here. So, a month ago, we were talking on the podcast for background context, and I don't know if you were a part of this episode as well, so I want to make sure you're refreshed. About a month and a half ago, roughly, DJ Envy had a beef with Rick Ross. Then Gunplay's name came up, based on how Ross takes care of his own. Well, Gunplay became relevant again because he got brought up in the interview. Well, he proceeded to say that Gunplay's kid had a GoFundMe and, needed, money for his medical stuff. Basically said that Gunplay, who was once on Maybach Music Group, is essentially now broke. Gunplay came out, called into Breakfast Club and was like, keep my name out of your mouth, defended his family as any true family man would. Don't keep my kid's name out of your mouth, keep my wife's name out of your mouth, apologize right now. DJ Envy apologized, and then Gunplay faded back into the abyss to not be heard from. However, earlier this week, we get to end on a laugh, but it's also not funny because it was a serious situation. Gunplay was playing Call of Duty at home with the kids. He got loaded. He got fucked up. Big time loaded. Wife comes into the room holding their child, tells him to turn down the TV. It's too loud. You're yelling in here. It's too loud. The TV's waking up our kid. He proceeds to then pull out a gun and wave it and point it at her and the kid, threatening to shoot if you don't get the fuck out of here. So she gets the fuck out of there, calls the police. They come. Gunplay's arrested. Fucking nuts. As I always say, we live in a simulation. How a month ago this dude is defending his family. Like, if he did the Will Smith, keep my wife's name out my fucking mouth. I ain't gonna say that shit no more. Y'all finished or y'all done? And then comes out, gets loaded and waves a gun at the kid that has a GoFundMe because your wife told you to turn down Call of Duty. I've done some wild shit when I've been freaking out on 2K. Never pointed any of that animosity your way. So what the fuck do you think about this Gunplay situation? How do you make heads or tails of it?
I can't. What? Like, I mean, I guess, but like.
The story goes is that he's loaded, points the gun at her, says, "Get the fuck out."
So he's arrested. Like, is he facing? Is there charges? Like, what is the case? Like.
As far as charges go, I haven't seen anything, but it looks like as of right now, it's like investigation of some kind of like, well, why? One, that's an illegally possessed firearm.
Okay, there we go.
So you're not supposed to have that. So that's automatically an L for him right off the rip.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's a mess out here. I use the Marty Huggins line. It's a mess. It's a mess out here. I mean, good God. Twitter users are trying to say bullshit about Cardi. You got 29-year-old men sending death threats to Big Sean. Then you got Gunplay waving a gun at his wife because she said to turn down MW3.
First of all, how are you that old and you're playing video games like that? First of
Oh,
all.
let's see. How old is Gunplay? That's a good one. How old is Gunplay?
I mean, he's got to be old enough.
I would say 40. At least 40.
What?
Old enough for what? To wave a gun at my wife when she says to turn down Call of Duty. After I just went off on DJ Envy about it.
Hold on. I waved a gun at my wife and child because she told me to turn down Call of Duty. Can you listen to that?
But
like,
remember,
dumb.
he got mad at DJ Envy for just mentioning a GoFundMe page.
That's not even what I'm concerned about. Look, please reevaluate how stupid that sounds.
Wife is officially, so TMZ as of 4 days ago. He's arrested. He was arrested for child abuse because they got him on child abuse for pointing the gun.
Okay.
Wife says she is also now divorcing him. And this wasn't the first time. He also previously has pressed a rifle against her chest and it went unreported.
Okay, so he's a piece of shit.
He pointed an AK-47 at wife and baby, and he's 44 years old, and he got loaded on Call of Duty and said, get the fuck out. Keep in mind, Gunplay was once a big name in hip-hop when he was on the Maybach Music Group. So my question for him would be this. How come your kid has a fucking because now we can go in on it. How come your kid has a GoFundMe page when you were once a part of Maybach Music Group putting out hits when you were on that group? How about you turn Call of Duty off, open up the fucking MacBook and get to fucking work? Your kid has a GoFundMe page. Fucking rap. Don't be pointing rifles at your fucking wife and kid when they told you to turn down Call of Duty. Don't do that at all. That's corny shit. But then to do it because you're playing Call of Duty, 44 years old, and you're pissed drunk? Like, what the fuck? And this happened at like 10 in the morning.
I just want to say that he could eat shit and die for being an abuser. For one, he deserves absolutely nothing for being an abuser and endangering your fucking child like that. You're a piece.
Which now it looked like that wasn't only the first time.
A piece of shit, and he deserves to rot in jail.
And I hate to keep saying it, but I'm just gonna end on this one. Do you think DJ Envy's somewhere like, man, you call into the radio station and try to make yours sound like the big bad wolf, and
Please
like
laugh because fucking Gunpoint or whatever the fuck his name is.
Gunplay. You called him Gunpoint. That's funny. He did hold him at gunpoint, but
fucking damn, you just lost my train of thought.
You said DJ Envy, kind of what he
was
thinks.
Laughing at him because he looks stupid.
Oh, he's getting the last laugh right now?
Yeah, I mean, the whole world's fucking laughing at Gunplay and fucking.
There's a lot of gunplay going on right now.
Because how stupid. So stupid. I mean, I can't. Oh my god.
Crazy. Well, on that note, happy birthday once again to Pull Up a Chair. Thank you to everybody. Thank you, wifey, my beautiful wife, for pulling up a chair and being a reoccurring member of the show. Big thank you to Snuka. Started Pull Up a Chair with me as a co-host. We just started off 1 year in. We've been going strong. It's been a ton of fun. I love tuning in with you guys and talking about all the fucking bullshit that goes on in the world and getting to share music reviews, TV, movie reviews, talk sports, and of course pro wrestling. And on that note, tonight we got Sleepless Radio episode 159, I think. Good God Almighty. Nickelback versus Foo Fighters, winners bracket. And I'm at the judges panel. 14 rounds, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Looking really forward to it. It's going to be a blast. It's going to be fun as always. But thank you guys for being tuned in to Pull Up a Chair episode 52. Once again, thank you, wifey, for also closing it out with me and joining in. And as always, love seeing the comments. Please, if you're watching this afterwards, drop a comment, drop a like, drop a subscribe, turn the notifications on. Follow me on all socials to stay updated and tuned in. And on that note, before closing out, I'm excited to see you guys tonight for Sleepless Radio episode 158 or 9. I don't even know anymore. New freestyle I will be uploading here shortly on TikTok, Instagram, Reddit, and Twitter. It's a Blood Moon freestyle. It's me over a Mike Will Made It beat, so I'm really excited to show you guys that. And on that note, keep the love high and the hate low, and we end on this. R.I.P. Terry Funk, the hardcore legend. That's one. R.I.P. Bob Barker. Come on down and come on up to the gate, Bob Barker, 99 years old. And lastly, R.I.P. the Fiend. When he showed up at the gates, God, I hope you let him in. Peace. I love you guys. Keep the love high and the hate low. We'll see you later. And if you're watching this, we also are going for another shoot tomorrow where we're doing a live, first time ever. I know last year we did the basketball. This time it's a live fantasy football draft where you get to hear me and the boys go back and forth and go at each other's throats about why you just took our fucking guy. See you guys tonight. I love you guys. Peace. And that's a show.